Hello and welcome to this fully comprehensive video featuring and reviewing the Hyflex EDM file range. I'll go through the characteristics of the file itself, we'll talk about the full range of products on offer, and importantly, I want to explain the somewhat unusual and unique protocol this file system may use. For example, you can buy specific shaping sets that include a pack of files that are specific to a particular level of case difficulty. The protocol is also unusual as it sometimes uses a size 15 file before you use a size 10, and I'm going to use a live demonstration on plastic blocks to explain this unusual file progression and why is it used. Finally, as a bonus, I want to show you why I think this file system might be an ideal endodontic file to use when carrying out NHS treatments, mainly for cost effectiveness. So the file has a few specific characteristics. The first is this file can be used as a one file system, and this size is an ISO 25. The taper is variable throughout the length of this file, and the cross-sectional shape changes throughout the length, from a square type shape at the tip, transitioning to a rhomboid shape, and finally a triangular shape near the shank. The tooth has shape memory, which enables it to be pre-bent if required, and this also adds to its overall flexibility. So to mention, I was given these files for free by two really helpful Cold Team reps, but I must say that I actually use the ISO 25 Hyflex OnFile for all of my NHS treatments. So I have a wealth of experience using these files. The files come in three unofficial groups. The first are the Glidepath files, the second are the shaping sets, which are the packs you can buy specifically for the type of case difficulty you may encounter, and finally the third group includes all the preparation and finishing files that can be used. It's also important to note that you can buy all of the files here individually in packs of 3, and the range also has a fully complementary dedicated GP and paper point range. So the first group of files are the Glidepath files, and they include a size 10 with a 0.05 taper and a size 15 with a 0.03 tapered file. What's really interesting about this file protocol is the size 15 is actually used before the size 10, and at first this was something that I couldn't get my head around, and actually will be explained in a live demonstration further on in this video. The second group of files includes the shaping sets, and as mentioned before, these are packs of files that are grouped together and used specifically for a particular case difficulty level. There are 3 sets: a simple curve set of files, a medium curve, and a maximum curve set. Notice the maximum curve set has that unusual file protocol of using a size 15 before the size 10. The last unofficial group, we have the sets of final shaping files that go from a size 20, 25, 40, 50, and amazingly, and some would say controversially, a size 60. Just as a side note, you'll notice this pack of size 20 files only has 2 in it. It does have 3, it's just by happen chance earlier on that day I'd used this file on a clinical case. So officially there are 3 case protocols that Hyflex suggests you use for a particular difficulty. But at the end of this video, I'm going to provide you with a bonus live demonstration on how to use the size 25 OnFile as a single file system, which I think it makes it ideal to use on the NHS. The first protocol suggested is for straight canals, and these types of cases are associated with the simple shaping set. Its instructions for use is pretty standard stuff, using the size 10 Glidepath file transitioning straight up to the size 25 OnFile. The second protocol is for teeth with a slight curved root, and the associated shaping set that is used is the medium curve set. And unlike the simple shaping set, this allows for a size 20 file between the size 10 Glidepath file and the size 25 OnFile. Both these protocols suggest possible optional shaping with larger files, but importantly are not included into these dedicated shaping sets. Finally, the max curve shaping set is used for teeth that have severely curved anatomy. It has an interesting file progression from a size 15 Glidepath file that actually precedes the size 10 Glidepath file, which can be confusing, and an explanation is given to why this is so in the live demonstration later on in this video. Essentially though, it is due to the taper difference. This file system also suggests that the highest prep file to finish on is a size 20. So the first live demonstration, we're just going to use it on really simple anatomy, nice straight curve, and we are just exploring the orifice and maybe a little bit of the canal space with a size 10K file, depending on how much resistance we get. I'm then going to use the dedicated orifice opener to open up the orifice, reposition the orifice within the pulp chamber, making it easier for me to place my files and also use lots of irrigation. Once the orifice is open, I'm then going to explore the apex with a size 10K file. Again, trying to widen the canal, ready for the rotary Glidepath file, which is the size 1005. This particular canal is very large, and the Glidepath file is having no issue at all at getting to length. We're going to then recapitulate with a size 10 file, make sure we get out all the debris so it doesn't block the canal. And then we're going to use the size 25 preparation file. This is the Hyflex 1 file, and as you can see, this goes really easy to length. And lots of irrigation. It's at this point that you would probably stop. A size 20 file is probably enough for us to get irrigation. In this case, however, I decided just to use the optional shaping just to see how far we could get. And the first one is a size 40/04. It's shaping quite nicely. Lots of irrigation. And recapitulation, make sure you get all the debris out. Again, the next file up, it's huge, it's a size 50/03, and just look at the dentine destruction there. You know, I would probably say that this is probably excessive. And again, all the debris there, and you just need to get it all out with irrigation. And finally, just for demonstration purposes, we're going to use the size 60. Again, huge. And there we can see the before and after, which, you know, as mentioned, I think is excessive. We could probably finish it on 25. So the second protocol is a medium curve, and here again we're demonstrating a plastic block and we're exploring the orifice with the size 10K file. We are then again going to use the dedicated orifice opener, and as mentioned before, this opens up the orifice. It centres the orifice within the pulp chamber and also creates a nice path for your files to locate into and helps with irrigation. Irrigation with sodium hypochlorite. So once we've opened up the orifice, we're going to then explore the apex with a size 10K file using the watch winding technique. We're then going to use a size 10 Glidepath file. Now this doesn't go as easy to length as the simple curve set, so you just need to be really judicious with your pecking here. You know, if you don't get to length, a little bit of irrigation, a little bit of recapitulation with a size 10 file, make sure you get all that debris out. Much more challenging than the simple case. More irrigation. And now we're going to use one of the preparation files. Again, as mentioned before, this is different to the simple case. Rather than going from a size 10 Glidepath file straight up to the Hyflex OnFile, we're going to use the size 2005 as a kind of a transition file up to the OnFile. And again, lots of irrigation. And recapitulation. So I didn't get quite to length with this size 20 file. So again, I'm just going to remove the debris and get to length, and again, lots of irrigation and recapitulation. Notice the debris is all removed now. Using those Hyflex tips is quite useful in this case. So now we're ready to use the preparation file. And you know, it's making short work of this, and it's a really nice shape as well, as seen in the plastic block. Lots of debris, however. So again, irrigation. Those Hyflex tips, really getting all that debris out, and then recapitulation. And as mentioned with the simple file case, at this point you would probably stop. But I just wanted to see how well the optional shaping files would fare in a medium curve, and this is the 40.04 shaping file. Again, irrigation. Fantastic, the Hyflex tips. And recapitulation. Now we're going to use the 50.03. Again, really destructive. And the size 60. Just to see how well it does with shaping the canal. Again, absolute just destruction there. So when comparing the before and after shapes, the size 25 looks really nice, and it's shaped that medium curve beautifully. The next protocol is the max curve. So again, we're going to explore the orifice for the size 10K file using just the brushing technique. We're then going to use the dedicated orifice opener to open up the orifice, create a nice path for irrigant, and help us guide the file into the canal space. Nice and easy. Irrigation with sodium hypochlorite. And then we're going to explore the apex very carefully with the size 10K file using a watch winding technique. quite difficult to get around this S-bend. Got to be really careful not to cause any ledging or transportation or a perforation. Again, lots and lots of irrigation, get all that debris out. And again, really being careful with the size 10K file, exploring the apex. And this is where we use the size 15.03 Glidepath file, not the 10. The 10 is a size 10.05 taper, and that is the significant difference here. It's not so much the tip size that is significant, but the taper. It's actually the coronal third which will stop you getting to length. So if you have quite a wide taper, then this is going to stop you from getting to length. And again, this is why they use the size 15 over the size 10, because the 10's got the larger taper. And it works really well. And surprisingly, when you're using the size 15, it really goes to length really easily on real teeth. And you know, it goes against everything that you've been taught, but actually it works really well. Lots of irrigation, getting rid of all that debris. Recapitulation with a size 10K file. Make sure you keep that glide path open. And again, using the preparation file, the size 20.05. And because this canal is, you know, an S shape, it's really difficult. We're going to be actually finishing on this size 20. And here again, just shows the Hyflex tips, how great they are at removing the debris. And more recapitulation here. So on the first pass using the size 20 prep file, we didn't get to length, and it's really important that you don't force these files, because obviously you can cause file fractures, and also you know, you can cause ledges or transportation. More recapitulation with the size 10K file. And more final shaping with the size 20.05 Hyflex file. And irrigation. And again, we compare the two preps, and it looks gorgeous, really minimal, all the debris out, looks fantastic. So the final bonus demonstration is using the Hyflex file as an NHS file, and essentially this all just boils down to using less files and the Hyflex OnFile as the only rotary that you use. So the same again, we're just widening the orifice with a size 10 and a 15K file. No dedicated orifice open here, because again, that isn't cost effective. And making sure that I use stainless steel K files and not nitide, because they can be pre-bent, and that makes them more versatile, and lots of irrigation. And then I'm going to use the Hyflex OnFile just to open up the orifice. I'm not going to go too far. If I go too far without a glide path, then I risk causing ledges or transportation of the canal. More irrigation. Granted, I probably wouldn't use an Hyflex tip, for an NHS treatment. And now, once I've opened up the orifice, I'm going to explore the apex with the size 10K file using the watch winding technique. Really opening up that canal space with the size 10. More irrigation, get all that debris out. And now I'm going to explore the apex with a size 15K file. Now, it's important to note that it's sometimes quite difficult to go from a size 10 to a size 15 because it's a 50% jump in diameter. More irrigation. And now I'm going to use the Hyflex OnFile and try and just shape this to length, but I'm not pushing it too hard. Maybe 3, 4, 5 pecks, and then I'm going to take it out, irrigate and recapitulate. This is to ensure that we don't cause any iatrogenic damage. More recapitulation. And again, back in with the Hyflex OnFile, edging towards the apex, being really careful. And the shape on that just looks absolutely fantastic. Really beautiful. More irrigation. A bit of debris at the apex there, so just a bit of recapitulation with the size 10K file. And again, back to the apex with the Hyflex OnFile. And this is the great thing about rotary, because it kind of pulls the debris out with the rotary action, and I suppose it's an argument against using reciprocation. So you look at both of the before and afters using this slimmed down protocol of you using one rotary file and 2 hand files, and it looks fantastic. It does the job, and I have done a significant amount of root canal on the NHS and have used exclusively Hyflex for a very long time. This concludes the video. If you like content like this, please subscribe. Please like the video. But I think most importantly, I'd really want you to engage with the videos. If you've got any questions or any criticisms, more importantly, of this video, something that you might not agree with, please comment in the comment section below. And if you've got any ideas for an obscure file system you'd like me to look at, you just suggest it, and I will, think about doing a video on it. And I finally like to say thank you, and I will see you in the next video.